Good existence, cosmopolitans. This is J.D. Nicholas Jensen Denton. This is my pharmacopoeia. And if there isn't something that this pharmacopoeia needs to be doing, it is putting out information mostly. That is really what I'm trying to do, is show that there is information encrypted in nature and there's information encrypted inside of us that is crucial to the survival of the species and liberation of the species. Not just survival, but total emancipation. And this knowledge, I call it the knowledge of the ages. This knowledge comes from all over the world. It's universal knowledge, actually. And many people have propagated this universal religion, you could call it. This actually universal stream of thought is much more appropriate. And one of the people which captured its essence very well was potentially a group known as the Essenes, or some of the earliest known Christians, also similar sects around the same time, known as Gnostics. And there was some others. There's two other main ones. Their names escape me now. Somebody help me. But one of what happened is that these were the people who were writing the Bibles, who were writing the sacred texts of that time, of the modern tradition, right? We're not talking India. We're not talking Egypt. We're talking early Christianity, Gnosticism, and the Dead Sea Scrolls, essentially. What we have in these books is the missing pages from the Bible. And I love that stuff. I just read it all day. And I've been looking for this one specific passage. I don't know, it's not a passage, quote. It's a dialogue between James and Jesus in the first apocalypse of James. And it's just powerful. I'll just read it. So I love it. I love it. It captures everything. It's so easy to capture the essence of everything in language. It can slip right past you if you're not paying attention. So the first apocalypse of James is a dialogue between Jesus and his brother James regarding the soul's experience after death. Jesus explains, "Behold, I will reveal to you..." Oh, wait, this is not the part. Okay, I'll go from there. It's just a little bit longer, but I don't want to take up all your time reading Bible literature from buried up in the desert, but I think it's very important that everybody kind of sort of just is aware of what they're saying, because the official narrative, it doesn't really hold up under its own weight, if you're asking me. Anyways, I digress. When you undergo the pangs of death, we're restarting from Jesus explains, "Behold, I will reveal to you the manner of your redemption. When you undergo the pangs of death, demonic forces will come to seize you. When one of them asks you, 'Who are you and where are you from?' answer, 'I am the Son and I come from the Father.' When another one of them says to you, 'What kind of son are you and who is your father?' answer, 'I am the Father who existed before the beginning of time, and I was his son before time began.'" All right, now it's getting interesting. When the next one says to you, because things come in threes, "Why were you sent here?" answer, "I came from eternity to learn to distinguish between the things that exist in spirit and those that exist in matter. But I have learned that matter actually exists in spirit because it comes from the mother, and the mother abides in the Father. I call on the imperishable knowledge that is the mother." Here Jesus is referring to the goddess Sophia, limitless wisdom, the divine, feminine, creative force that created physical reality in sort of a mishap manner. It wasn't like entirely planned out, I guess you could say, and she needed some help in creating it, and so she had to go back to her father and say, hey, Father, I made basically this mistake. Can you help me fix it? And that's why Sophia means wisdom, because you can't be wise without making mistakes first. Sophia's plight is like this testament to how the entire reality was created. And so I digress. Just want to give you some background on who Sophia is. She's actually a Jewish goddess. He says, I call on the imperishable knowledge that is the mother, Sophia, who abides eternally in the Father. Then the demonic forces will release you, and you will be free to ascend to the kingdom of light, which is your own light. Holy Jesus. Getting a spam call on my phone. Anyways, I am just here distilling spirit from matter, and I think that is a pretty like powerful just dialogue right there, because the thing that I find important and to take away, and like if I can put that in my own words, if I can do such a bold thing, is that the ultimate like message here is that there is two realities in essence, in ultimate essence, the quintet, the way that this physical reality works is that there are actually there's another half of this reality which is manifest through it in like not necessarily directly observable means. It's something that Jesus had to learn. I have learned, Jesus has learned that matter actually exists in spirit because it comes from the mother and the father. Those are the mother and the father. These are dualistic concepts that you gotta look into the real meaning of what these gnostic people are saying, what they're meaning when they say mother and father, because it's not what you think it is. But that is the wisdom. That is what came out of a jar found in a cave that some kid found on his afternoon walk when he was kicking rocks, according to the official narrative. But I thought it was interesting. I think, more people should explore these texts. We're in the age of information where ignorance is a choice. We have the ability to read the things that people were being burned alive at the stake for. And I think when you do, it'll probably change your life, because most people who would agree, who have read those things, to be honest with you. So that's kind of like why I started this pharmacopoeia, honestly. It's like me learning that there's stuff going on and nobody's really saying anything about it, so I gotta say something. Anyways, hope that wasn't too much Bible literature for you, but thank you for joining me in the pharmacopoeia, and stay tuned to see what I do with this whole so much. It's gonna be exciting. But yeah, thank you. I never know how to end these. God bless your souls.